Hey, yo, I was pleasantly surprised to see you guys requesting Rakim. You know what I mean? But shout out to everybody that's tuning in right now. This is George. This is obviously Rhyme Rate, man. I appreciate you guys for checking in, man. But I was pleasantly surprised to see requests for Rakim. Rakim, who is in my personal top 5. I think he's not even just my personal. I think Rakim is a Mount Rushmore, at very least top 5 MC, man. We are talking about clearly, easily one of the greatest rappers ever. A dude that sort of represents to this day to me the evolution of rap, right? It was that sort of next step that rap took to sort of evolve to where I feel like it was the best of its, it was the best ever, which was the 90s, the best combination of everything, which was the 90s. And oftentimes people trace back that advancement in lyricism to Rakim. You know what I'm saying? One of the many reasons why he's on my Mount Rushmore in hip hop, man. So I'm very happy that you guys actually want to hear some shit from Rakim. I'm surprised that y'all even give a fuck. I never get requests for 80s MCs, KRS-One and Rakim and, EPMD and them. I never get requests from them dudes, but I am happy to do this. I was eventually going to get Rakim on the channel, some old school Eric B and Rakim joints, but I'm happy to do something new for him, man. I mean, I didn't get a lot of requests, but I got enough to be like, okay, maybe people actually want to hear this one, man. So let's see what's going on. I didn't even know he had a new song out. It's called A Different Kind, and I guess it's gonna be on a here, let me look this up to make sure that I got that right, because I looked it up before I cut the camera on. Yeah, apparently Rakim has a collaborative album with Corrupt and Master Killer. Rakim, Corrupt, and Master Killer, and it's coming out on September 18th. I'm happy to do Rakim, man. Let's get to it, man. I'm excited, actually. Rakim, A Different Kind.
Different kind. My name carry heavy weight. I'm a different kind. For all this.
Who did the beat? Primo? Sound like Primo scratches in this mind. A different kind. Oh, it's saying Rakim and Nick Wiz. Shout out to Nick Wiz. It sounds like Primo. Okay.
All facts. I'm so ahead of my time. Set the record straight. On these great marks, that they call the earth. How many rappers I kill? Hit the restart. All this won't end well. Closed ciphers, right. Only real artists, real skill. No.
Yeah, that start. I don't know about the start though. What did he say? The way that he came in. We said something about restart or something like that. The way the drums hit didn't feel like it was matching with his the way he dropped in. Let me start that back up. Maybe I'm tripping.
Set the record straight. On these great marks, that they call the earth. How many rappers I kill? Hit the restart. All this won't end well. Close sight.
I know I'm not trying to be picky. I ain't like hit the restart. The way it came in was a little rough. Rakim is on my Mount Rushmore. See what I'm saying? So who am I to even critique Rakim? I know, but the start was a little rough. The beat sounds like it might be something, but yeah, man, they should have cleaned that up, man. The engineer, the producer, they should have cleaned that up. I ain't like how that started, but the beat sounded like with them horns. We'll see.
Set the record straight. On these great marks, that they call the earth. How many rappers I kill? Hit the restart. All this won't end well. Closed ciphers, right. Only real artists, real skill. No biters. Let your artificial intel with a flow virus. If this was hell, I'm Osiris for ghost writers. The underground can't control the surface again. No,
he sounds like Rakim, though. He sounds like Rakim. Okay. That initial start, I get picky because I just feel like this is Rakim, man. I don't want, whoever was in the engineer or the producer or what have you in that studio with him when he created this, the way he came in was rough. But once he kind of got past that, he sounds like Rakim. Okay. Rakim has been nice, though. I've been seeing freestyles from Rakim over the last, 10 years. He's never not sounded like himself. A lot of old school guys, a lot of guys from the 80s, even 90s, man, just don't. I feel like the flow is the first thing to go. The flow is the number one thing that I recognize is like that a lot of OGs, man, they lose the flow. They lose the sharpness and being on beat. It's almost like they forget rhythmically how to attack a beat and to stay on beat. Once getting past that rough ass start when he said hit the restart, he got right back into what I know him for. He sounds exactly like the Rakim I know. All right, I'm excited now. I was a little worried initially.
How many rappers I kill? Hit the restart, or this won't end well. Closed ciphers, only real artists, real skill. No biters, let your artificial intel with a flow virus. If this was hell, I'm Osiris for ghost writers. The underground king, control the surface again. Knowing for show, spitting style, swag, swerving the trends.
Okay, all right, yeah. I like how you started it, man. He said no biters, man. Hit the restart, this won't end well. He said hit the restart, even though I had to restart the shit a few times to make sure that I could, correct, to make comments on how the shit didn't start off well. Hit the restart or this shit won't end well. Close ciphers, only real artists, real skill, no biters. I like that he said that. To me, it's coming off like Rakim is saying, rap is in the shitter. It's in a horrible place. We need to hit the restart or this won't end well. Meaning the game is in danger. We need to restart this whole shit. You know what I mean? Things ain't looking good. Or it won't end well. Or it will cease to exist is what it sounds like he's saying. We need to get back to, what did he say? Closed ciphers. Closed meaning ciphers are only for the dudes with real skill. No biters meaning no copycats. People who are original, have their own style, their own flavor, their own flows. We need to get back to that. Let's hit the restart before, you know what I'm saying? We again, this thing that we all love called hip hop doesn't exist anymore. So I like how he started it lyrically. And then he said, let your artificial intel, the flow virus. Let your artificial intel, the flow virus. So artificial intel, right? Artificial intelligence. So AI, it's a reference to AI. The flow virus. And also it could be, to me, it's sort of like a homophone, intel, but intel. It's like, so intel as an intelligence, artificial intelligence, but intel, E-N-T-A-I-L. So what does intel mean? It means, something has to happen, right? Something is necessary for something to happen. So it's almost like the flow virus. Like we need to this AI shit, we need to put a virus in the system. We look at hip hop and what in the sort of AI, sort of the dawn of AI, right? It's starting to happen and it's affecting all, life in different ways and society in different ways. So I think he's saying we need a virus to disrupt this. The virus is the purity of Rakim's flow, the flow virus. Let's get back to the basics. You know what I'm saying? We need a virus to kill all this bullshit, this electronic nonsense. Let's get that out the way. So that's the intelligence, but also I'm intelling what's necessary is a virus to kill all this bullshit, right? To kill the AI, to kill all the frauds in the artificial dudes, right? The artificial rappers, the dudes that don't come with the originality and the skill in the bars. So the little wordplay there was nasty. You're in the flow. The flow is immaculate. It is a classic. It is the hip-hop flow to me. You know what I'm saying? People like Rakim and Biggie just have timeless flows. When I think of hip-hop, I think of Rakim. Let me pull it back.
Closed ciphers, only real artists, real skill. No biters, let your artificial intel with a flow virus. If this was hell, I'm Osiris for ghost writers. The underground.
Tough. If this was hell, I'm Osiris to ghost writers. If we were in hell, Osiris is what? The god of the of hell, right? Or something like that. The afterlife, Osiris, the Egyptian god. So if this is hell, I would be the god of the ghostwriters. I would be the dudes that I would be the god of the dude with the guys with the elite pen is how I'm taking that, right? I'm the god of this, right? Osiris. Yeah, let me pull it back. So I'm who the elite pens look up to. I'm who the ghostwriters look up to is how I'm taking that line.
No biters, let your artificial intel with a flow virus. If this was hell, I'm Osiris for ghost writers. The underground king, control the surface again. Knowing for show, spitting style, swag, swerving the trends. Leave them old broke so no one else on earth can get in. I'm sorry to keep stopping it. The underground king controls the surface again. He's coming off of saying I'm Osiris to ghost writers, right? Osiris, the sort of god of the underworld, right? But he's controlling the surface again. Controlling the mainstream is how I'm taking that, right? The king, the underground king, but now I'm back again, he said. He used the word again. So we are talking, history is repeating itself. We're talking about a dude that's already done it. 40 years, what has he been, 38, 39, maybe 40 years in at this point? When did Eric B. and Rakim joined, the debut come out? 88, 87? So we looking at about 39, 40 years now, man, of this guy, being in the game. He said, knowing for sure, spitting style, swag, serving the trends. So
not only am I an MC, you know what I'm saying? I'm trendy. You know what I mean? People want to dress like me, talk like me, move like me, have the swag like me. You know what I'm saying? And what is interesting about watching this, man, I'm looking at Rakim and how he looks. You know, with the chain, you know what I mean? You know, I'm seeing, I think Rakim's a 5%er. He's God body with it, right? The chains, the hat cocked to the side, right? He looks like himself. The Knicks, you know what I mean? The Knicks hoodie. And it makes me think, like, did you guys realize that the people who influence black culture back in the day, the people who used to influence black culture were also the guys that spit? They were also the elite MCs. I feel like somewhere along the way, the guys who influence black culture the most, young black kids, with how they dress, how they talk, how they walk, and how they get their hair cut, their eyebrows getting slants in them and all that, all those things, right? I feel like somewhere along the line, the elite spitters became less relevant to influencing black culture. People like Future, people like NBA Youngboy, Kodak Black, those dudes became more cultural when it comes to influence. But the guys like Kendrick Cole and Drake, I didn't see as much. I haven't seen as much cultural influence. People wanting to be like them and wanting to sort of emulate them. So it's interesting, like but when the era I grew up in, 80s to like early 2000s, the dudes who were nice, who were the great lyricists, also had the cultural influence. So that's one of the main interesting changes that I've seen over time. Like, it's like, the people with the skill became less influential. And the people who didn't have as much skill, but they had the swag, they had the aura or what have you, are the guys that were more the trap guys. You know what I'm saying? LL Cool J, elite MC, right? With the Kango hats, man. Jay-Z with the button, the whole button-up thing. Nas with the army fatigues and the gazelle glasses and all that. All of our greats back in the 90s, right? The 90s elite MCs influenced how people dressed, how they walked, right? They created the culture. The MCs also created all the other surrounding aspects of hip-hop culture. But the MCs in 2010s on up, not saying there weren't little trends that they started, but for the most part, the MCs in the 2010s on up, I say Kanye was the last guy that really that was an MC to me that really influenced culture. Other than that, the top dogs, man, there's a weird disconnect. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's where the disconnect is online when I look on Twitter. Like when people say, "Oh, Future, he can't rap," and Lil Baby and all these guys. Yeah, but Future and Lil Baby and Young Thug and these guys are the ones that black people give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that black people don't give a fuck about Drake, Kendrick, or Cole, but when it comes to, kind of innovating black culture and incorporating black culture and that being seen on a mainstream level, those guys have way more influence than the elite MCs. Guys like Wale, guys like Big Sean, Kendrick, like I said, Drake, Cole, they just didn't have that much influence. So it's just something that I appreciated about all my era. Guys like Rakim, LL Cool J, Jay-Z, Nas, Wu-Tang, all these guys, the way they dressed, how they flowed was fly. It was cool. And they could rap their asses off. This is why I say, man, my era was the shit, man. I'm gonna make a separate video about that one day, but let me pull it back.
This was hell with Cyrus, the ghost writers, the underground king, control the surface again. Known for shows, spitting style, swag, swerving the trends. Leave them old broke so no one else on earth can get in. Or close as perfect as him, if I was birthed with a twin. Look, you could tell the difference. This is my Hannibal on an elephant entrance. Like when the seventh angel blow the trumpet. Not just to get it jumping, but to let you know it's a god in the circumference. Switch the planet to the world black out, then light earth up. This a parallel universe, then vice versa. Mommy spinning, she said her Tina need the Ike Turner. Honey coming like money to the right earner. When the mic turn up, recital spread.
I mean, like, just the thing about Rakim, man, that he fulfills so much. First of all, he sounds like he comes from the epicenter of what hip hop is. He sounds like it. He don't come off like an outsider that's now trying to rap that just happens to be skillful. He sounds like it. He lives, breathes the urban environment that hip hop comes from. He looks like it. He talks like it. He acts like it. In addition to being very, very skillful from a technical standpoint, and he's saying some shit too, but from a technical standpoint, I mean, dude, it's like the birth of multi-syllable rapping. I'm not saying other people like Kumo D, because Kumo D was extremely technical as well, and other people, but it's just having something sort of the wisdom that Rakim incorporates with the technical rapping. So this is when we started to say something. Like we started to realize rap can be more than just party music when we're looking at someone like this, right? So when he says, leave the mold broke so no one else on earth can get in, or close to perfect as him, if I was birthed with a twin, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? The only person that can come, the only time anyone can come as close to me is if I was birthed with a twin, is how I'm taking that, right? I'm going to leave to break the mold is to be completely original, right? To be unique, to change things, right? So but I'm changing things to the point where no one else can get in. No one else can follow up with that, right? The only way, the only person, the only situation where it can be followed up is if I was birthed with a twin, is how I'm taking that line. Or close to perfect as him, if I was birthed with a twin. You could tell the difference. You know the difference. I'm a different kind is what the name of the song is, right? I'm a different breed. You could tell the difference. This is my Hannibal on an elephant entrance, right? The historical sort of history buff in Rakim. You know what I'm saying? Hannibal, I'm assuming, is a king of some sort. I got to go back and do my research on that. But a king, maybe a captain of an army or something like that, right? I want an elephant entrance, you know? And then he said, like when the seventh angel blow the trumpet. So Rakim had an album called The Seventh Seal, right? And it's the seven trumpets, right? It's like the apocalypse. It's the book of Revelations is what he's referencing, right? Where God comes back down to earth and just completely wipes everything out. You know what I mean? Sort of a rebirth, sort of like a restoration of sorts, right? When I think of the book of Revelations, it's like we need to rid the earth of all of the nonsense, man, and restore order, right? And that's, to me, how this sounds. So when he says, like when the seventh angel blow the trumpet, not just to get it jumping, but to let you know that, you know, God is in the circumference, right? You know, this is God coming back. The God MC Rakim coming back. I'm in the atmosphere now. I'm here to reset everything. I'm here to thin the herd. It's a culling of sorts, right? And I'm back. You know what I'm saying? So I like the way he wrote that. So it's the wisdom with the technical, you know what I mean? The technical aspect of how he's rapping with the syllable work, the smooth butter-like flow. I mean, legend, man. Legend. Let me pull it back.
Then vice versa. Mommy spinning, she said her Tina need a Ike Turner. Honey coming like money to the right earner.
He said she said she a Tina, she need an Ike Turner. Well, you know Tina Turner. Rest in peace to the great Tina Turner, was married to Ike Turner. You know what I'm saying? You know, so she need an Ike Turner. But you know, we know what happened with Tina Turner and Ike Turner. But I think he's just referencing just that sort of union of Ike Turner and Tina Turner. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, Ike used to put his hands on Tina Turner. So, but she needs a Ike. You know, the Tina, the Ike to her Tina. You know what I'm saying?
Out and light earth up. It's a parallel universe, then vice versa. Mommy spinning, she said her Tina need a Ike Turner. Honey coming like money to the right earner. When the mic turn up, recital spread horrifics, like we read in the glyphics, like it's said in the scriptures. This is my great flood flow, ask Noah, it's all over. The horror, like the fall, Sodom and Gomorrah, a futuristic.
Yeah, this is my great flood flow, like Noah, right? It's referencing Noah. The biblical references here, man. The seventh trumpet. He had the album called The Seventh Seal. He's always sort of added sort of 5%, 5% rhetoric in his raps, right? You know, God body and all that other stuff, man. So he's always had that. So these biblical references, I think, are put in place, right? Because he started this shit by saying, let's hit the restart or this won't end well. I think Rakim saw where the game was going. It's been weird, especially, it was weird before the battle with Drake and Kendrick. But after the battle with Drake and Kendrick, it seems like nothing is sticking. It seems like everything's fragmented. It's been very divisive. And I think Rakim saw all this and was just like, this is the perfect time, you know, for me to come back and restore order, man, like I did the first time. You know what I'm saying? The first time I came in the game and changed shit up and shook shit up. Okay. This is a parallel universe, then vice versa. He's talking about parallel universes and all that other shit, you know? It's like twist a planet to the world, blackout. He said, when the mic turn up, recital spread horrifics. It's horrifying what I do on a microphone, right? Like you read the glyphics. You know what I'm saying? Hieroglyphics, like it's said in the scriptures. Again, referencing when the apocalypse is coming. You know what I mean? The apocalypse, when God comes back down and just washes all this bullshit away. Then he references the flood. Again, just symbolic of, again, the revelations and God coming down and restoring order and resetting things. You know what I mean? Constant theme of him resetting shit is what I'm getting out of this.
All over, the horror, like the fall, Sodom and Gomorrah. A futuristic mind since the sec I was signed by the end of my career. More than a vet in my prime. Been here before, therefore left them behind. I'm Tesla and a new Tesla ahead of my time. Different designs, I'm a different kind.
Nasty. I think this is the perfect song for Rakim. If I could think of there was a little flub in the beginning of this song that kind of bothered me a little bit, but this is like the perfect reintroduction to me of Rakim, man. Because when he said, a futuristic mind since the sec I was signed, right? By the end of my career, more than a vet in my prime. He said, been here before, therefore left him behind. I'm a Tesla in a new Tesla ahead of my time. So what, Nikola Tesla, right? So he's sort of Tesla was an inventor / engineer / visionary. He was a sort of futurist. He had a very futuristic mind, right? Tesla, right? So, but he's Tesla in a Tesla. Being in a Tesla is representative of the company Tesla, Elon Musk. The name Tesla comes from the futuristic, the inventor Tesla. But the Teslas and Elon Musk is sort of, his thought process is planning for the future, right? Advancing the world into the future. Tesla, the company, is trying to be ahead of its time. It's trying to push things forward, progress things, right? But Rakim, since his inception, has been ahead of his time. The way he rapped, the way he thought was ahead of his time. His flow is still relevant today. He does not sound dated. He sounds like he's rapping better than most rappers, right? So he's a Tesla in a Tesla. So that was a real dope play on just being ahead of his time, being a dude that's, even though I was a vet, I've been in the game for 40 years, but my flow I'm so far ahead of my time that my flow still sounds pristine, still sounds immaculate, right? Really, really dope. I love the way he ended that. Let me keep it going.
Different designs, I'm a different kind. Any nigga, but my name carry heavy weight. I'm a different kind. For all it's worth, still getting mine. All facts, I'm so ahead of my time. I just hit it, set the record straight. On these straight walks, stress that they call the earth. How many rappers I killed, spitting rhymes? Don't ask me where I buried them at. Buried the body, buried the mic, buried the track. Killer taught me them all, but even better than that, he said, raw. Soon as you finish the job, bury the gap. Mud balls from metaphor.
Like that cadence switch too, right? Don't ask me where I buried them at. Buried the body, buried the mic, buried the track. A killer taught me the mob, but even better than that, he said, raw. Soon as you finish the job, bury the gat. Destroy the evidence, bury the gat. I'm destroying everything, right? Lyrically. Burying the trap, burying these rappers, tough.
The track, killer taught me them all, but even better than that, he said, raw. Soon as you finish the job, bury the gap. Mud floors from metaphor walls in front of stores. We clap fours, full applause to the top rush stores. From club brawls to just ball, to graffiti on the corner store walls, to hip hop rush more than they break.
The flow is immaculate. You know what I'm saying? The technicality is immaculate. What'd he say? A killer taught me the mob, but even better than that, he said, raw, as soon as you finish the job, bury the gap. From there, he said, I'm up floors from metaphor walls in front of stores. They clap for us, full applause. Metaphor stores, clap for us, full applause, right? Sort of a little bit of alliteration there. You know what I'm saying? From club brawls to just ball to graffiti on the corner store wall to hip hop Rushmore. Woo! Nice. He just gave you hip hop history right there. I was in the trenches, all the way from the trenches, man. Graffiti on walls in the hood, from club brawls, getting it in, getting it shaking in the club, to hip hop Rushmore. They clap for us on tours and all this other stuff. So tough.
On the corner store wall to hip hop Rushmore. Then they bring me on rock coke and a side of kilo, like a Poe Frank meets Pablo, a Carlito. Roll Jamie, eyes closed, but I see though. Mommy say take me to your Caso, Papito. Round mic, it's hard to control my ego. Blow shade free, my show, jalapeno. Don't play, pay me, need my quote, my Cinos. That's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, tito. Still incognito with an omnipresence. Like
he said, pay me my Cinos, you know what I mean? That's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, tito. You know what I'm saying? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, tito. Right, the scales on a piano, but pay me my C notes, right? It's a note, it's a scale, a musical note, but my C notes is my money. You know what I mean? Is that what he said? He said, don't play, then pay me. I need my C notes. That's the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, tito. Right? Notes on a musical scale, but pay me my money. Then he said, still incognito with an omnipresence. You know what I mean? Like I'm everywhere at once. Omnipresent everywhere at once. You know what I'm saying? But I'm low with it, incognito. But my presence, and I think what he means is I'm everywhere at once. Like you see my DNA in all these rappers now. That was tough.
my casinos. That's do re mi fa sol la tito. Still incognito with an omnipresence, like I'm everywhere at once. That's my godly essence. I sat alone with Da Vinci's Code to decode it. The one that gave Rosetta the stone. Just say she wrote it. The words never rap. Title was undescribable. Can't explain to find the right words. Rakim is that. Adjectives, intensify verbs, cinemax. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Slim is back.
He killed this. And the beat was perfect for him too. Yeah, he killed that. He killed that. He said, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Slim is back. 40 years in the game, man. He has not lost a step. And believe me, I'm not always going to say that. I mean, there's a certain level of respect that I show vets when I hear them rap. And my way of showing respect sometimes is just, you know, if I hear things and I'm like, you know, that person sounds a little rough. If I hear clips of them rapping and they just sound like they lost it, I tend to just avoid them. You know what I mean? And my way of showing respect is just, let me just do the old shit. Let me do the old shit. You know what I mean? Show love that way. But Rakim, after hearing this, I'm very intrigued to hear an album from him. I guess he's got the album now. This song is off the album with Master Killer and Corrupt, which could be a dope project, man. But he sounded exactly like he's always sounded. Never lost a step. 40 years in. You know what I mean? Rakim is like 58 years old now. Shout out to arguably the greatest of all time, Rakim. You know what I'm saying? The engineer, the architect. You know what I mean? Salute, man. That was dope. Give me more from this project when it comes out. Make sure y'all remind me to hit something else from this project. I would love to hear how Master Killer and Corrupt sound on it too. But that's it. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm George. This is Rhyme Rate. I'm out.